Alex, you want canned cranberry sauce or should we make it ourselves?
That's my mom. She didn't know about Instacart's family carts, so...
Want to make pecan pie this year, yes or no? Oh, and how many boxes of stuffing?
So I told her we could just share a family cart and add all our holiday favorites to the same order without losing our voices or our sanity. It's so much better.
Alex, can you get my holiday village out of the attic?
Baby steps, Alex. Baby steps. Shop Instacart this holiday season and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Alex?
What's up, Cuzzy Wuzzies? You're listening to the Bay Ridge Boys, History Hyenas. Bad.
Cute.
What's up to the cackle out there? It is Yanni Peanut Head Pappas and Chrissy Screwed-in Yarmulke, and we got our friend Zach. Isis Mahdi.
There he is. I'm Chrissy Earclogs. Double ear infection's gone now. I got
Chrissy depressed.
clogged up ears. Just not depressed, just fucking stressed out at the amenities of modernity. To be honest with you,
Cuz.
I'm just a little stressed at the amenities of modernity.
Yeah, you got modernity problems right now because your Instagram doesn't work.
Which is, I didn't realize was a big fucking problem for comedians.
Yeah.
I mean, not having it, it's like it costs me money.
Well, here's the thing that I
can't
realized.
promote my shows.
You can't promote your shows, but there's one thing I did realize about you.
What?
Is the only 2 scenarios in which you are at total peace is when there's an apple strudel, specifically apple strudel because you're a German Nazi face kid.
Yes.
With a nice little whipped cream with it.
Oh, yes.
And you're eating it and putting it in your face.
Yeah.
There's a fucking calm that comes over you.
Yeah.
That's cute as fuck.
That's cute.
And then the other time where I've seen you at this type of peace was when we were in Germany.
Yeah.
Setting up tours on the bus and checking out sites and learning things because make no mistake, you're an uppity faggot.
I'm an uppity faggot. I was in Dutch. When I was in Deutschland, I was good because I was just, the closer I am to the Führer's gravesite, the better.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Wei Shang-Xian.
Yeah, because
Wei Song-Xian.
Oh, yeah. There it is. Is that a new Wei Shang-Xian?
It's from the computer.
I like that one.
Zach. Okay, Zach just sent me the new Patreon members.
Because you're all out of sorts without your Instagram. How are you going to get your fucking toot messages?
I can't get my toots. No, honestly, to be honest with you, it's kind of like relaxing to just like let go of the phone. But it's like if I could have Instagram, that's really all I need. I realized all I really need, the only app I really need is the Instagram app, Facebook, Waze, and my Chase Buddy app. And my Brightwheel and my app to check on my kid. That's it.
If you don't think that Chrissy's not being 100% honest right now, you're correct. Because if you think what he just said is true, you got another thing coming. You cannot live without your fucking toot Rolodex.
I know.
And that's what Instagram is.
Yeah.
So if you feel like Chrissy Cackles is okay, like he just said, you got another thing coming.
I know. I haven't had a toot. I haven't had a toot in a long time.
You might just want to give out your address right now so the toots know where they can reach you. Because if they can't get you through Instagram, they might want to do a little pen and paper.
Mailing address.
Yeah.
Because I'm in no mood to be here and we got 3 more hours of podcasting.
Because you have swimmer's ear.
I got
low-grade fever.
No, I got no low-grade fever. I feel good. I just got a fucking clogged up fucking ear.
Still?
Because let me just be honest.
Maybe you shouldn't throw hands until your ears open up.
No, I didn't. No, it's just
you're a little bunny that likes to hop around regardless.
I'm a little bunny that likes to hop around. Yeah, and the way we ate last night at Levity, I just can't do it. I mean, I was taking burning shits this morning.
Yeah.
And Mad Dog said that we can't call him Hey Bird anymore, so Hey Bird!
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, please don't do that. On social media, our fans of the Patreon who are non-toots who have went to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys and joined the matriarchy, do not tweet or Instagram or Facebook message James Mattern and say, hey, Bert, he feels like it's exploitation. We're exploiting him.
Yeah.
And I told Sergio Chacon about it today, who's going to be a guest on an upcoming episode. And Sergio said he needs to shut his mouth. He's being a faggot.
Hey, Bert. Yeah, James, he broke the news to me that he felt like that me and Chris were exploiting him, that he was being exploited.
Right.
He doesn't like being called Hey Bert. He would prefer to be called
Hey Bert.
He would prefer to call himself Mad Dog Matter.
Yeah.
He'd prefer to exploit himself.
By the way, I just want to fucking let you know. I want you to just understand that we have t-shirts coming. Game of Thrones, like winter is coming, t-shirts are coming. And I encourage my fellow members of the matriarchy to go buy a t-shirt when they come out. Even if you haven't joined, even if you're a godless, fucking dirty, fumed out toot that hasn't went to patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys and joined the cackle, still buy a t-shirt because they're coming out and if you don't fucking think that I'm going to slip at least one Hey Bird shirt in there with Mad Dog's face on it, you got another thing coming.
If you don't think that I'm going to buy one of our own shirts, the one with Chrissy's cartoon feet and the one that says no fumes, and get it in an XL so my wife can wear it like a night dress and bang her out, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, because your wife's getting cracked open and cleaned out.
She's getting cracked open and cleaned out, and we're going to Mexico next week.
You're gonna buy a new house.
Cuz, are the shirts going to be available for our White Walkers? Mm-hmm. Can they pay in pesos?
They can pay in pesos because our shirts are going to be available in the. We should make, what we should make for our White Walkers specifically? We should make the losing championship team shirts, like the losers of the Super Bowl, and just give them to the White Walkers.
And Bernie stickers?
Yeah,
Bernie.
Anybody that lost, we'll just give it, because that's what the White Walker, that's what they always get. They always get the loser shirts because they make so many of them.
Because that's hilarious. Yeah.
Want to give them to them? Should we make a White Walker shirt that says, like fucking who's somebody that just lost, who the Patriots just beat in the Super Bowl?
Isn't it funny how we always just forget the losers real quick?
Like immediately I forgot. We were watching it at Sal's house.
We watched it at Sal's house, and I can't even remember who they were playing
I don't
against.
remember who the Patriots. Not the Eagles.
No.
Who were the Patriots?
Wait, it was the Eagles.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Who'd they just lose to?
The Rams?
The Rams. Patriots, Rams. We'll get 2018 Rams Super Bowl winners t-shirt.
Yeah, we'll just send you Cleveland Cavaliers shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a bunch of years LeBron lost. So we'll just send you a bunch of those and some Bernie stickers. And Hillary, I'm with her buttons. Should we do I'm with her buttons?
I'm with her buttons. Yeah. That's a funny t-shirt.
Because make no mistake, the Mueller report came out and it was discovered that there was collusion, but it was between Hillary and her lack of charisma.
It's what it is.
That's what colluded for her to lose the election.
Because make no mistake, we have a few cucks that listen to this podcast, so take back what you said about Hillary. Because there's a couple of kids are going to get upset about
that. If you don't think that a couple hours ago when the Mueller report was released, there wasn't a celebration at an Irish bar in Ridgewood, Queens, you got another thing coming.
There was. If you don't think that Aunt Eileen went right to those neutrals, lit up a Newport, and said, I told you he was innocent, you got another thing coming.
I told you the whole time, these libtards, they keep telling, all right, they come up first with this conspiracy about the Catholic priests. That's not true. Don't ask questions. Don't ask, don't tell. We believe in the Virgin Mary. If the priests were fiddling all these boys, which is a blasphemy and not true, then how did Chrissy grow up to have a friend from Park Slope? How are those two things possible? You're telling me the priest did something bad, but then he grew up and he made it all the way to Bay Ridge? Doesn't make sense, Lynn. It doesn't make sense.
Because you know what's something I noticed about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I fucking noticed about you.
I got a small fucking head and an average size piece.
You got a small head?
Yeah.
You got a small fucking head? You're the kind of kid you always talk about class. Who's got class? You got class, but you're a classless fuck.
Yeah.
You gave $5 to the green room waitstaff yesterday on the shows you headline. You dirty fuck. Cuz, make no mistake, here's one thing.
I'm a cheap fucking
You're
screwed
a cheap
Jew.
fucking kid.
I'm screwed.
Gross. You're also a kid who got shot with a bullet. Yeah. So talk about no class. Yeah. You're the definition of no class. You got shot and leave $5 tips, you fucking dirtbag.
You know you want to call me, you just can't do it.
You faggot!
Way song she ain't. Because I didn't order one thing from that green room.
But you got to give a tip. You're the headliner.
I gave $5.
It's a little disrespectful to give $5. Me and Serge were laughing about it today, hitting the pads. It's just a little disrespectful how you treat people. Actually, matter of fact, me and Serge both agreed on this. it's no surprise that you've been shot, and it's actually no surprise that you've been shot. We both like because the way you're disrespect, and I can't believe you actually haven't gotten punched in the face more in real life. Me and Serge both like we can't believe like how you've evaded getting hit, and now that you're like a 43-year-old kid and your body's falling apart,
get me, you
gotta be careful because somebody's gonna fucking crack you one day.
Yeah, because I'm like Trump. They can't catch me. They keep trying to get my face, and they
that's
can't
a good
find
leather
it.
jacket.
And you want to know why they can't punch my head? Because it's hard to find. It's small.
It's too small.
It's a small target. Whereas yours, if I stretch my arms by accident, it might be a punch in the head. You could be a burrow over.
Yeah.
You could be a queen, and I could stretch and accidentally hit you in the face. But you got a big fucking medicine ball head.
But unfortunately, now I'll just slip and roll to the right and hit that person with the left hook right combo.
Because you could throw hands now.
I could throw hands. Because Sergio's going to come in here. Well, the next episode when Sergio comes in, we're going to talk about boxing. It's going to be fun. But today, you want to talk about Mayor Dinkins because your mom banged him out? What did I hear?
No, I want to get back to the tip. Okay. I didn't order buffalo cauliflower.
Right.
I didn't order any drinks. I didn't order any food.
What about
Mad Dog left a $30 tip?
What about Friday and Saturday? Did you order food or drinks?
I ordered nothing because I don't drink and I don't eat for that because of the club. Make no mistake, I got food poisoning. So I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
So I ordered nothing.
Right.
I drank waters. So make no mistake, those waiters and waitresses need to tip me because I brought people in there. And thank you to the Hyena fans that came out to West Nyack.
Fuck yeah.
Levity Live Comedy Theater, one of the best and nicest clubs in the country. And guess who the fuck was a surprise guest on my show on Sunday? Fucking Chrissy Cackles. And there was tons of Hyena fans there and they were happy to see him.
Absolutely. And one of you got cracked open and cleaned out.
And and also one of the fans saw James Mattern in the hallway and said, "Oh, Hebert," and asked him for a picture. So make no mistake, James did take the picture and then did complain that he felt like he was being exploited.
Yeah, it's just what it is.
Yeah, because why is James is looking at himself like fucking like low-wage labor.
Why does James' head look like a rusted potato?
Because his head is shaped like Bert's head, the puppet.
It's just what it is. He's not going to listen to this podcast, but make no mistake, he does have his headphones on.
Yeah. Make no mistake, he is taking a walk at 3 a.m. to work through some thoughts.
It's just what it is.
Because we did our Patreon draft. We did it.
We did our Patreon draft. I had a fucking great time. So there's been a lot of people communicating on the community board, which really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of people who are not like. I just got a message from our great friend and great supporter Bailey Fessler, who wasn't. She didn't get drafted, and she just wanted to make a couple of things clear. And she was just saying that she's now, because she wasn't drafted, now that she's decided to join Zach Isis's team. So that's what's going to happen.
Allahu Akbar.
And I apologize for the people who didn't get drafted. It's just we can't draft everybody.
But here's what me and Isis were talking about before you came in here late, because making no mistake, you're
This is the first time I've been late.
I know, because you're German, so it's a little out of character.
I was really upset.
Yeah.
Oh, here, real quick, she just said, make no mistake, I was planning to stay quiet on this one, but since the draft results are out, I figured I should come clean about being on Zach Isis's, aka hashtag Team Scrabble Hands. I'm rocking shapes, not words, but to some of you toots, I'm sure these two look like two of the letter V. So Bailey Fessler got a tattoo on her finger. So that's what she's saying.
She's saying she got it.
She posted a picture of the tattoo she got on her finger.
Is that it?
Oh, she did.
Yeah, so Bailey, you didn't get drafted, but you did get a tattoo on your finger. So make no mistake, I'm editing the draft. You're my 7th pick.
Did she do that to pay homage to Tattoo Fingers?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Isis, you inspired someone else to do something fucking stupid.
And then Gabe Torres said, make no mistake, just order my smoothie, Leroy.
I just had a smoothie, by the way.
So what were we saying?
Me and Isis were talking about before you came, before
I came, it's hunkering, breathing heavy late.
Yeah, before the clunky fucking journeyman white guy boxer came in. Because you're wearing that overthrow sweatshirt every day now because you really want people to know you can throw hands.
No, it's just be honest. The only reason is because I don't have enough quarters to do my own laundry, because make no mistake, I live in a pre-war building that has quarters for fucking laundry.
You got to get in the board and fix
that. It's
that.
The only thing that is that I have.
You got to get on the board and fix that. Yeah. Tell them we want the ones with the cards where you can swipe them. So me and Isis were saying, what if we open this draft up to everyone on the podcast? So we have Team Tattoo Fingers and then a team emoji face. So Mikey gets a team, Isis gets a team, and then all 4 of our teams can compete in the first round of the fucking non-toot Patreon task war.
Yeah, non-task war, or just AKA the Special Olympics. That's just what it is. It's just what it is.
That's really what it is.
That's what we'll be. We'll just be the Special Olympics, and we'll have 4 teams.
Yeah, and what if we just gave...
The Special Needs Stamos Olympics. That's what we'll call them.
What if we just gave Hey Bird a team and just kept calling him Hey Bird?
Yeah, what if we just decide, we love you, James, but we're just not going to care what you're saying. We're just going to keep going.
We're just going to keep doing it.
Because we're bigger kids.
We're just bigger kids, and make no mistake, you're Hey Bird no matter which way you slice it.
Love you, James.
Yeah.
Obviously, love James Mann. Send him some love.
And we love our small business sponsor Patreon members. We are a unique podcast. We're fucking paving the way. And we are brought to you by our good friend, Dr. Harvey Spencer Jr. and his business, A Healthy Smile Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. That is A Healthy Smile Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. As Chris said, if you go see Dr. Harvey Spencer Jr., he will crack open your teeth and clean them out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So go to www.ahealthyhappysmile.com at Healthy Smile Rock Hill on Instagram. It's a fun, relaxed dental care facility where they have state-of-the-art it's a state-of-the-art practice with next generation gaming for kids and adults. It's down there in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So if you want to go down to South Carolina, get your teeth clean, go see our good friend Harvey Spencer Jr. at A Healthy Smile Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. www.ahealthyhappysmile.com.
All right. Now, and of course, our second sponsor, live from the Sandbox, Sandra D. Vidura Rajapaksa.
Yeah.
He's got a few dates that he wants to shout out. By the way, thank you for being a valuable member of the Matriarch of Vidura, $100 member. We promote your business every fucking episode on this podcast if you do it. Few dates he wants to announce for all our toots and non-toots abroad. March 30th, he's got the Best New Comic in Berlin competition finals at Prachtwerk in Berlin. That's Prachtwerk. So hit him there, March 30th. April 7th, he's at Comics Club in Bucharest. April 16th, he's at Toast Hawaii in Berlin. April 26th, he's opening for Natasha Pearl Hansen in Berlin. So go check him out. He's got a lot of Berlin and Bucharest dates. And then he also said he'd like to open for me in London, and he'd be 100% down. I got shows at the Soho Theatre in London, June 24th to 25th. He said he just needs to get his visa stuff arranged since his Sand Monkey passport doesn't let him enter the country without an application. He'll try to get it sorted and get it back to us ASAP. All right, Vidura Rajapaksa, listen, I'll do what I can just by being a fucking straight white male to see if I can help you get your Sand Monkey passport in without an application. But I just don't know if I can.
Can we just get it, please? And I need some Wei Zhang jeans I need some Wei Zhang jeans to clear the air there.
Wei Zhang jeans.
Thank you. Thank you.
And just real quick, just before, I just want to finish it off with, as you know, I read it every week. Vidura Rajapaksa is a Sri Lankan comic based in Berlin, and he hosts the Anything Goes podcast. He's going on his first tour over the summer, starting in June, exclusively through Europe. You can find links to all his stuff at vidurarajapaksa.com. That's VIDURARAJAPAKSA.com, and Vidura Rajapaksa on all this, and at Vidura Rajapaksa on all the social medias, and also the Anything Goes podcast on social media. So ViduraRajapaksa.com. That's a fucking tough pill to swallow. That's a tough name. That's a tough name to get right. You got to get a lot of letters right to get his website and his Instagram. So, you know, if I were you, I would just change it to something that's a little easier. Maybe at Sandra D or.
Okay, yeah. Or just take our advice. Maybe if you know, the first thing you should do is change the name. Have a stage name. Let's help him come up with one.
Come up with a fun stage name.
How about Fedora? Hit it, Isis.
What do we got?
Sandra D.
Yeah.
Watch it.
I was trying to find the exact Sandra D.
Fedora Sandra D. I like that. Because Fedora, if you don't name your first hour-long comedy special Live from the Sandbox, you got another thing coming. I will sponsor that fucking special if I got money then. And if you don't think I'm naming it fucking Live from the Sandbox, you got another thing coming.
Look at me, I'm Sandra D.
I can't. Listen, we're just having fun. We love everybody.
We're just kidding. I mean, but it's fun. You know, we're just
having fun.
We love this podcast because we can say things that are clearly jokes. Like we love and support anybody, any race, religion. We love it also. It's just fun to poke fun at all the shit that people know is out there.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, I just want to say just 1 minute of earnestness here. In earnest, I just want to say, if you're still out there in 2019 fucking truly hating people because they have a different culture or religion or phenotype, skin pigmentation, you're fucking stupid.
You're fucking Franks and beans.
Yeah, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So just have fun with each other, live your one life, and just enjoy the freedom that our forefathers, God bless this country, have given us. And if you don't, make no mistake, we'll go behind that wall the 3 years.
And make no mistake, if you don't think every single one of those forefathers was Wade, you got another thing coming.
And listen, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, we'll go beyond that wall over there. I'll put my dog inside and I'll take the 3 years physically.
I'll take the 3 years physically.
Can I get a water?
You want water?
You want a water?
Because if my ears don't, make no mistake, if my ears don't pop soon, then that temperature is going to get a little bit lower for the Chinese safe. It's safer, not safe. Normally it's 90 degrees, but if these ears don't pop, I'm gonna lower that down to 70.
Let's just be honest. This global warming thing that's going on right now is not good for Eastern Hemis when Chrissy D's in the boroughs.
If you guys culturally, if we got some Eastern Hemis out there, right on our Patreon wall, go to patreon.com/Bay Rich Boys and tell us if you're an Eastern Hemi or not.
We got a new Eastern Hemi $25 we're going to call at the end of this episode. What's her name? Stacey Chan or something? We got to call her
Chan.
up.
Yeah, we're going to call her. And I took a look at her picture. She will get cracked open and cleaned out if she's not careful.
And if you don't follow, we'll forget the laws of this great country. Go beyond that fence, and I'll take the 3 years physically.
I'll take the 3 years physically. We should make a T-shirt that says "I'll take the 3 years physically."
I'll take the 3 years physically. So that's obviously a homage to our previous episode, which
Frank Rizzo.
Yeah, people actually went wild for that episode.
Go get the Frank Rizzo. Go get it on our iTunes, History Hyenas, or our patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. You can get an actually bonus episode about Frank Rizzo there.
Yeah, and since we did Philly's controversial mayor Frank Rizzo, which, by the way, I got a few DMs from kids from Philly.
Yeah.
A few. Like, no exaggeration, who were like, let me just tell you in private, Frank Rizzo's the best thing that ever happened to the fucking city of brotherly love.
Wow. Yeah.
Got a few of those, and make no mistake, those kids who hit me up were wait.
Yeah, because I was told by some of comedians, our black some of our friends who are black, who know about the history of Philly, said it was fucking brutal. He dropped like a bomb on some like homeless shelter there. Like there was some brutal tactics.
Yeah, I mean, he was a kid who kind of ends justify the means, it seemed.
He's another guy who's good for uncomfortable truth.
Yeah, there's a lot of gray zones with that guy.
A lot of gray zones.
Yeah, but his wife definitely was sure to make sure the sauce was just right.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Now, today we want to talk about another mayor, a historic mayor, a New York mayor. The mayor, he was the mayor. I was born in 1984. Mayor David Dinkins. He was a cute black kid. He was a very, very, very famous and influential mayor. And the most fascinating part about Mayor David Dinkins to me is that he cracked open and cleaned open Hyenas' mom. Hyenas will tell you all about it, but make no mistake, whatever he says, she got cracked open and cleaned out by David Dinkins.
So since we covered Frank Rizzo from Philly, we're going to move over to New York City to Dave Dinkins, America's first and only sweet, smooth black mayor in New York City.
Yeah.
He's the only mayor in New York who's been a cute black fucking kid. Yeah, me.
Nah, me. Is that true? Is he the only black mayor in New York history?
Yeah, first and only.
Yeah.
First and only black mayor of New York City.
And it's a personal tie deal.
Yeah, I mean,
I think people want to know about that. Tell them real quick.
David Dinkins went to Brooklyn Law School.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, graduated from Howard University, magna cum laude. Smart fucking kid.
Yeah.
With a mathematics degree. So this is a kid who was using the right hemisphere and left hemisphere of his brain.
And the Eastern Hemisphere is his brain because he's good in math.
Yeah, Eastern Hemisphere. Because when you're from Brooklyn, New York, or you're from Queens, New York, you're just a quick kid.
We just got quick kids.
We're just quick kids. Make no mistake, if you want to have a game of wits with us, be prepared. We're going to say something, or we're going to take yous over there and work with yous over physically.
Well, I'll work you over physically.
I'll take the 3 years physically.
Yeah.
Can I get a water? Anyway. I know. I'm just saying, because when Chris said it that one time, now it's just become, we got a lot of catchphrases on this.
Well, that might be another t-shirt. Can I get a water?
Can I get a water?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you want to know if someone's from New York, just ask them if they want a water, and for them to ask you. And if they go, can I get a water?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely got a fucking trash monkey on your hands.
Yeah, fucking trash. All right.
David
Dinkins, yeah.
Yeah. He graduated Harvard, magna cum laude. You know?
He's a smart fucking kid.
Smart fucking kid in mathematics. Yeah. And then he ended up becoming a lawyer. So he went to Brooklyn Law School. Guess who else went to Brooklyn Law School at the time that David Dinkins went to Brooklyn
your mother?
My mother. Yeah. Anna Mamalakis Pappas, the little girl who survived the German invasion of fucking snow monkeys falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Your ancestors, your dirty fucking pale Germanic evil. There's evil in you.
Yeah.
They fell from the sky and they tried to do things to my people, but we kicked them out.
Yeah.
And we'll never forget.
Yeah.
And I played a game of chess and I beat a German kid and I said, this one's for my mom. I said, hello.
Yeah.
My name is Hyenas Mamalakis Papas. My mother's from the island of Crete in the village of Rethno. I've been waiting my whole life for this moment. Prepare to lose this chess game. Because I Inigo Montoya that kid.
Yeah. And you fucking beat his ass hard.
I know Princess Bride's one of your favorite movies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, how did you deal with that as a kid in Ridgewood? When the Mackenzie boys came over and they said they wanted to watch Do the Right Thing so they could yell racial slurs.
You know what? Honestly, were my 2 favorite movies that I had to keep. Well, 3 favorite movies. Like, I swear to God.
Tootsie
these are the movies, like, I had these on VHS. Pretty Woman.
Bambi.
Anne of Green Gables.
Uh-huh.
You ever seen Anne of Green Gables?
No, what is that?
It was a Lifetime movie. I used to watch Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah.
And there was another movie called Little Women I used to watch. So Pretty Woman, Little Women, and Anne of Green Gables. Those are the 3 movies that I watched religiously. I swear to God.
I know. And so why is this?
What do you mean?
What is this?
I don't know.
What is this?
I think
what's your deal? What's your fucking deal?
I think because I just grew up around all women and that's just what they watch.
There's nobody who I know or have known in my life that gives me a queasy feeling like you. Like sometimes when you say things, they just don't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is putting a gun to the back of your head, putting a fucking blindfold on. All right, with a black and white and a fucking fish hook on a goddamn fishing pole and leading you up to a goddamn hill upstate New York and pushing you in a ditch.
Poughkeepsie Pappas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to watch the movie Little Women, and my aunt Janet and Aunt Annie I used to sleep over their house on Fridays and Saturdays every other weekend, so my mom could probably get banged out or whatever she was when, so my mom had that, weekend off. And so we used to watch movies together. We used to get bagels Saturday morning, and then we would watch the movies at night. And I always used to want to watch Little Women. And I turned around once when I was eating the pizza slice, and I said to my Aunt Janet, I was like, "This is a nice movie." And then they would say, like, my Aunt Janet would say, "This is a nice movie," for like the next 10 years. They would make fun of me, and like they would walk in and be like, "This is a nice movie," and it would get like a laugh, but it was like a thing that I said, "This is a nice movie," and it just like stuck.
Because even they noticed that you were
they were
a little
like, it's
feminine.
weird, Little Women. I mean, my mom asked me when I was like 14 years old if I was gay.
Good. She caught you sitting like a Sphinx cat, and she got curious like me. Yeah, because you do things that just don't. You do things that just don't jive well with society. Yeah. I'm being dead serious. I used to religiously watch Anne of Green Gables. Yeah. You can't put my finger on you, Chrissy D. Yeah. I can't put my finger on you. Yeah. I don't know where to put my finger. Yeah, you can't. With a kid like you, nobody knows where to put their finger. Nobody knows what to make of you. Yeah, can't lock me down, Chris D. No, you can't lock you down. Like, I just feel like I might come over your fucking house and you're just alone doing yoga or salsa. Are you doing yoga now? Yeah, I got a yoga instructor that comes over to my house every Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah. You think you're the only kid that's ever come from Ridgewood who decided that he was going to take up yoga? Yeah, I think so. You want to go back to the neighborhood and praise Sing the praises of yoga?
Yeah.
Why don't you do that?
Yeah, my friend
Why don't
Wayne.
you go down to the courts where one of your friends made another friend sit down and spit in his mouth? And why don't you tell those kids how about they try yoga to calm down?
Yeah, I'll ask the McKenzie brothers if they got yoga mats. What yoga mats do you use?
Yeah, because you're a different, unique kid.
Because I think, yeah. But, I mean, I don't know what I was like before I caught a dick to the uvula, but after that, things changed.
Yeah, that was definitely a defining moment in your life.
I got hit, and then,
yeah.
it just opened something up, but it's fine.
Because
So tell us, what?
No, what were we saying?
No, tell us more about, so your mom knew, not only did go to school with her, but she knew David Dinkins.
Well, I was going to say, you were born in 84. 4 year. You were born in 84.
August 26, 1984. Dinkins was the mayor.
No, David Dinkins was not the mayor yet. David
thought he
Dinkins
was the
not
mayor.
No, he was the mayor from 90 to 93.
Oh, Koch was the mayor then.
Koch was the mayor then, and he was a gay kid.
Ed Koch was a gay kid.
We're going to do another episode on him. He was a gay kid. He was always single. He was always single, but he talked like Annie Lane.
And he not as crazy as Frank Rizzo, but he used to yell at reporters and yell and just tell candidates, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that personality. David Dinkins was an intellectual, soft-spoken, smart kid. And him and my mother and my father all went to Brooklyn Law School.
Really?
They went to Brooklyn Law School, which is wild because then the old Brooklyn Law School building is where I went to middle school. It became Brooklyn Friends, the Quaker school I went to. So I was actually going to school in the building my parents went to law school in, and David Dinkins. So my mother and David Dinkins became like close friends. Like, yeah. You set that up?
No, that was Zach.
Zach is good.
Zach is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because real close friends. And your mom worked late a couple of nights and you had to stay. You had to, your yaya had to, your mom had to pay your yaya a couple of extra hours to go overtime because she said she was doing work in the office. But if you don't think she was getting cracked open and cleaned out by David Dinkins, you got another thing coming.
I've been really trying.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. You got to understand. Because here's the thing, okay? Your mom at first didn't want to because, let's be honest, even though David Dinkins, she's a Greek woman from Greece, she's just not allowed to date black guys.
She can't bring Mafri home.
It's just what it is. I mean, it's fucked up and it's horrible and it's not like that today. But back in those days, you just couldn't do it.
And it is still like that today.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. Greek kids are. But the thing about Greeks is they hate everyone.
Yeah.
You can't come home with an Italian or an Irish kid. It's got to be Greek.
But, it's just what are you going to do? It happens. You
want to know what the truth of the situation is?
Yeah.
They were really good friends.
Let's be honest. Let me just finish my point.
Yeah.
We've said this on the podcast, and if we both know, and my dad's included, your dad has a small piece, my dad has a small piece. If you don't think your mom saw David Dinkins and said, you know what, that guy's got a little bit more growth to him, if you don't think she just wanted to take a fucking, test drive with a nice fucking lawyer black cock, got another thing coming.
I think if David Dinkins really did crack my mom open, then she would have never married my dad. She would have left that Greek kind of bubble because she would have finally seen like a regular piece.
Could you imagine if the truth...
My dad's got a tiny fucking piece.
Could you imagine the truth of the situation is David Dinkins is actually your father and that's why you love Air Maxes? Because you're half black.
That's why I love sneakers so much.
That's why you love sneakers so much? Could you imagine?
Because I could dance too when I was a kid.
Yeah, you're...
I got rhythm.
You got rhythm. Because if David Dinkins was your pops, I mean, what would you do?
First thing I would do is tell every network executive immediately that I'm half black.
Look at your story.
Yeah, I'd have a story. I have a story now.
Yeah.
Now I got a story and people are listening.
Yeah.
And then I would tell them I'm a quarter lesbian as well.
Oh, my God.
Just to get it cooking.
So they were friends, actually,
They were
Dinkins and your mom.
close friends.
Did they work together or they were just friends from school?
They've known each other since law school. And in law school, they became like best friends and study partners. They would study together. They would hang out. And make no mistake, my mother was, she had an accent. She was from Crete, from Greece.
Yeah.
And
your mom was a piece back in the day.
she was peace.
Yeah.
She looked good.
Yeah.
I'll put a picture of her.
Because your parents are pieces. You're a piece.
My dad was a fucking piece.
Yeah. Your brother's a piece.
Yeah, because my parents were a good looking couple back in the day.
You're a good looking cat.
And I turned out to be a decent looking cat. My eyes are a little close together.
It's just what you just missed being really handsome.
And Tony D, when he was young, he probably was a piece too, right?
No, I don't think Tony D is my pops. Because I mean, that guy's I mean, that guy's just always looked like a thumb my whole fucking life.
It's just what it is.
It's just what it is. My mom was an absolute piece when she was a young woman.
Yeah, she just got, because she was a Catholic girl, she wasn't exposed to much, and Tony D was a little bit of a manipulator. He just got in that puss and he banged her out.
It's just what it is.
He cracked open and cleaned out your mom. He just cracked her up and cleaned her
Then
out.
he cracked open and cleaned out her bank account and gambled it all in the Montreal Expos. It's what it is.
That was real good, cuz. Yeah, he cracked open and cleaned out a bank account as well, huh?
Yeah, it's just what it is.
Oh, God, you're a quick-witted kid.
I'm just, you know what? It's,
Yeah.
All right, so David Dinkins.
Yeah, so my mother did tell the story one time that David Dinkins, who was, back then, I think there was like only 2 or 3 or 4 women in her graduating class.
Wow.
And there was only like 2 or 3 black dudes. And only 2 Greeks, my mom and my dad. So that's how
were they together already, your mom and your dad, by this time?
they met at law school.
They were dating, maybe.
Yeah. The first thing my dad said to my mom was he was at the water fountain and she was running late to class because Greeks are always late. They call it Greek time. And he said to her, "Trekse, trekse, koritsaki," which means run, run, girl. And that's how he let her know that he was a Greek kid, which basically means they're going to have an arranged marriage. Yeah, it's like we're both Greek. You're a little bit of a piece. I'm a war hero coming back from Korea.
Yeah.
That's going to, you're not even going to notice my little piece because I'm going to tell you some war stories.
Yeah.
And we'll just try to figure out if we can get we can shoot the sperm farther enough up there to make kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a long distance. Those sperms had to travel. They had to really swim.
Yeah.
They had to really fucking swim.
Really fucking swim.
Yeah, they're far away from the ovals.
Yeah.
What are they called? Ovaries?
Ovaries.
I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one time my mom said they were driving home and David Dinkins, who was married at the time.
Yeah.
He's about to turn 92, by the way.
It's an old kid.
His wife is still alive too, Joyce Dinkins.
Did you ever meet her?
No, I didn't meet him once. I met him once. But he put his hand on my mom's knee.
Yeah.
And she was like, "David,"
I've been really trying, baby.
Because let's be honest, David Dinkins is a smart kid, but he's also, brother. Black kids, they love puss.
They love puss.
They love puss.
Yeah. And so she
they should. So she's saying, he was just like, she said stop, and he was like, whoa. But maybe.
But they remained friends.
They remained friends. It was cool. Maybe he banged her out. I mean, she was just like an innocent, naive, sheltered Greek girl. And he was a kid who just, one night he was probably just trying to get a blowy in the car.
It's just what
he probably just wanted a blowy.
Yeah.
This
stressed out.
Yeah. We're talking about, what is this, the 50s there? He just wanted a fucking blowy.
Just a quick blowy. I mean, he was a war hero himself. I think he fought in WW too, right? Dink?
No, David Dinkins was, he was a Marine, but he missed World War II. It was a little after World War II. So he was actually, he was a Marine. First of all, he was from New Jersey, to be honest with you. And then he moved to his Harlem. He was raised by his pops. And the 3 of them graduated law school. My dad, my mom, and David Dinkins, they were all in the same class in 1956.
1956.
But the kid was born in Trenton, New Jersey, which at some point was a pop in place, I think. I think Trenton, New Jersey had some shit going on there.
Really?
Yeah, at certain point, like people used to
hood
live
now. I think.
Who lives in Trentford now? I mean, in Trenton now, No, I don't know what's going on there, but there used to be like businesses there and whatever. But Dinkins was one of
the capital in New Jersey.
He was one of the Mumford Point Marines. That's what he was.
Mumford and Sons?
Mumford Point Marine Association. It's like a non-for-profit military veterans organization. It was founded to memorialize the legacy of the first African Americans to serve in the United States Marine Corps. Yeehaw. So it was like a African American non-for-profit organization. That's what it is. So the camp is at Mumford Point, and in 1940, when the United States prepared for war, there were millions of jobs in the defense industry that were created because of the war effort. And this was an organization where like blacks seeking jobs in the growing defense industries.
Well, how did he become mayor?
Could get jobs.
Was it out of nowhere he just became mayor?
No, he was borough president first. He was borough president. There was he got involved. There was like He got involved in like black politics.
Yeah, with who's the other guy
In
that did a
Harlem.
video? Rangel?
Well, Charlie Rangel.
Charlie Rangel.
That was one of the first impressions I did in comedy.
And you said Charlie Rangel
Mayor
saw it, right?
Giuliani, if you think for 1 second that we're going to stand by and let you. The funny thing about Charles Rangel is like he represents all of New York because he is black. He looks Puerto Rican
Yeah.
or Native American or
Yeah.
Indian or whatever have you. And he sounds like a Jewish grandmother from Long Island.
Yeah.
So he represents everybody.
He's just all of New York.
Yeah. So Charlie Rangel, U.S. congressman, famous congressman, big personality.
Yeah.
So yeah, all those kids came up together.
They all just came up. Yeah.
They all came up together. There was like,
I'm sorry to cut you off. It's just you were reading stuff and it was almost as boring as Ben Kissel's DX episode.
Wait, shit. I'm sure there's some people who really enjoyed that, though. No,
Yeah.
who enjoyed that? Well, anyway, the 4 dudes, the African American politicians that we're referring to, all came up under J. Raymond Jones at the Carver Democratic Club up in
J. Raymond Jones is a nice black name.
Yeah, and he was
As a matter of fact, J. Raymond Jones. I've always wanted to have a half black, half white child. So if I crack open a black lady, Lisa Johnson, if you're listening, let's name our child J. Raymond Jones.
Yeah, J. Raymond Jones was a powerful black kid up there in Harlem, and these kids came up under him. Like, you know, I learning about David Dinkins, you learn that like AOC, all these people, they're picked by like powerful backers. Like these parties, these parties have like guys who are like, we need to find the next stars. It's just like sports, and they're like, this chick can be a star. Like AOC was picked because like this chick could resonate with people. She's a star, graduate cum laude, whatever. She's got charisma.
She's hot enough.
Yeah. So this dude, J. Raymond Jones, he kind of picked Danny Farrell, Percy Sutton, Basil Patterson, and Charles Rangel. They were called the Gang of 4.
Where was David Dinkins in all that, though?
And David Dinkins,
was he banging your mom?
No, he was cracking people open and cleaning it out.
He was touching knees.
Yeah, but he was also one of these kids. So he came up under J. Raymond Jones, and he ran for borough president, I think 3 times. He won the 4th time. He lost like 3 times, and then he decided to run for mayor. And and this was a time where,
because you come from a political family.
Yeah.
The fact that your first comedy impression was of Charles Rangel, just some New York politician, is fucking wild. I grew up in New York. I've maybe seen or heard of Charles Rangel once or twice in my life.
Let's be honest.
I know who Charles Rangel is, but it's like most people don't. The fact you're making impressions of him, it just means that you're 2 things. You're 2 words. What are those 2 words?
Uppity faggot.
That's what it is.
Here's the deal. Let's just be crystal clear about something. You're a kid from Ridgewood that's supposed to have a uniform on that says MTA.
Yeah.
But because Lynn intervened.
She intervened. Not intervented, you fucking inbred.
Yeah. Because my eyes are close together because I think I'm inbred.
Yeah. I think Sergio Chacon said it best. When you wake up, it's like your eyes switch places. It's like you have to give yourself a little head shake and get the eyes, because the right is in the left.
Sergio Chacon.
Let me be crystal clear with you, though, and I really mean this sincerely. Since you've been married, you're the most handsome I've seen, and you far and away have the most hair I've ever seen. So either you're getting hair plugs, or since you put that ring in your finger, your hair's just grown back.
I think
because it looks great right now.
Well, I just think I'm fully relaxed because at least I can rest assured that other people think I'm straight.
Yeah, and let's be honest, what did you really do too? You traded one half a Jew for a full Jew. Now you have a full Jew manager.
Yeah,
and then things just start to go in entertainment. Things start to look up when you got a guy who's fucking screwed in. Make no mistake, your new manager is screwed in because he has to be, because legally he's got a lot of fucking black eyes. Touched a few 2 knees, so he better make some money.
You are wild on this podcast, and that's what the people love.
But if you want to hear even more wildness, patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys, where it's legit, no holds fucking bar.
Yeah, cuz. So David Dinkins.
Yeah, let's wrap this episode up. I want to read the Patreon members.
Yeah, but let's talk. Yeah, people are interested.
Talk about David Dinkins.
David Dinkins. So he Mayor Koch's administration Three-term mayor Koch.
Who was a great mayor, in the closet, gay kid, fucking wild kid.
For sure.
Yeah.
We can do a whole nother episode.
We're going to do a whole episode on Mayor Ed Koch.
But his administration had a huge corruption scandal. Like 180 people fucking were going down. Like the whole administration, it was bad. It didn't get up to Koch, but it was enough to rattle his administration, and it was enough for from Dinkins to slide in there as a smooth black kid that he was.
Yeah.
And he beat Koch, and then he beat Giuliani. So Giuliani lost to Dinkins in 89.
Wow.
Yeah. And then from 90 to 93, Dinkins was mayor. Now, the Dinkins era is often referenced as like the New York before it became safe. It's like people always say the Dinkins era in New York. He has this bad rap, and it's mostly because of the Crown Heights riots.
Right.
That really kind of...
Well, yes, those Crown Heights riots, which, again, we could do another episode about the Crown Heights riots.
Yeah, we spoke about it a little bit in the Ari Shaffir episode.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, go check that out. The Ari Shaffir episode was great. Also, though, you've said it yourself that you used to get beat up, and you saw the crime. Like, I was born in 84. I just missed that New York crime spree. But you said when Dinkins was mayor from 1993, I mean, you saw New York was hard to deal with.
Well, this is the interesting thing about history, and this is why history is so important. Now, when people are looking back at the Dinkins administration, a lot of people are starting to look at it a lot more favorably, and a lot of the bad PR happened because of the Crown Heights riots, and he was criticized by the way he handled that. Jews felt like he was not coming. There's riots going on. There was racial tension.
Each side felt like they weren't being paid attention to,
and he took a lot of criticism. And we're gonna have we have our good friend Sergio Chicone, who looks like Pete Dominic if Pete Dominic wasn't a washed up old white guy.
Yeah, go Google who Pete Dominic is, because a lot of people don't know. You keep making fucking really specific references, and the people on this podcast are going, "What the fuck is he talking about?"
Yeah, but they like that we're having a good time.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
But look, there's a 2009. The New York Times did a 2009 kind of retrospective on the Dinkins era, and these are some of the achievements that are now sort of being celebrated and noticed.
Right.
These are some of his accomplishments. David Dinkins, during his administration, the crime rate went down significantly. It started to go down significantly under Dinkins. He also expanded the police force. He added a bunch of new cops. He was able to negotiate with the state, go up to Albany, and convince them to provide some tax dollars for more cops. So he put more cops on the streets. He's the one, David Dinkins is the one who started the revitalization of Times Square. He's the one that started to deal with Disney to rehabilitate that 42nd Street Theater that sort of started the paradigm shift and the renaissance of Times Square and taking away from porn theaters and hookers and all that stuff. It was Dinkins that started that. Giuliani won and was able to close that deal, but Dinkins initiated it. So a lot of people don't know that. That's what's so interesting about this episode right now. People are sitting there learning this shit for the first time.
Absolutely.
This is interesting shit to know. And if you're a New York City kid, this is interesting.
Yeah.
He also made a major commitment to the rehabilitation of dilapidated housing in Harlem, in the South Bronx, and in Brooklyn, despite like budget constraints. The kid was real creative. He was a math major at Howard. He made it happen. And he did more in his one term in this regard than Giuliani did in two. So that's another check for Dinkins. Another big thing that Dinkins did that a lot of people don't know about is the USTA lease. The USTA lease.
The tennis center?
That's right.
That's where I used to fucking be a ball boy and a grounds crew member there.
Right. So he brokered the deal with the USTA lease, which Michael Bloomberg later called the only good athletic sports stadium deal.
And that's
not just in New York, in the country. And that brings in like crazy revenue.
Let me tell you a quick fun fact about the U.S. Open real quick. In 3 weeks, this is crazy. This is true. In 3 weeks, the U.S. Open makes more money than the Yankees do at Yankee Stadium for an entire regular season plus the playoffs.
That's exactly right.
In 3 weeks, they make more money than the Yankees, the most valuable franchise in the world.
Right, that's right.
That's nuts.
And that was Dinkins. And Dinkins did that. You know what else Dinkins did? Fashion Week.
Yeah.
That was started under Dinkins. And that's another thing that brings in huge revenue for New York City. So David Dinkins, crime started to go down under David Dinkins.
Right.
That's something that a lot of people don't know. That's something that he's constantly overlooked about, because Giuliani is the one that came in and was a little harsher, and crime really started to drop significantly under Giuliani. His tactics were a lot harsher. Stop and frisk. He was fucking choking people out.
Yeah.
All that bullshit.
I mean, some people, sometimes
He cracked down on the squeegee men. He cracked down on the way he did policing is if you jumped a turnstile, they gave you a record, and then that's the way they found you for other shit.
I mean, it's just you can't break the rules.
I mean, there's no question Giuliani was successful if you look at the results as well. But the point is that looking back now, the trend seems to have started under Dinkins.
Right.
And crime was starting to go down. There was more cops in the street. And his handling of the Crown Heights riots, I think, is really
We got to get
from
deep.
a PR standpoint that kind of hurt his
We got to
image.
delve in deep to the Crown Heights riots.
And
We will. And by the way, this podcast, we talk about stuff like what we just spoke about, but like we encourage you guys, go Google stuff, go learn shit for yourself too. That's what this podcast is. It's supposed to like spark interest in things that you go learn on your own.
Correct.
And also we just want you guys to have enough fodder for conversation when you go out and try to talk to toots at the bar.
That's what it is.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, guys and girls, you're out on a Friday, Saturday night. You want some interesting things to talk about. Listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
We have little tidbits of info.
That's right. So David Dinkins then ran again, and he lost to Rudy Giuliani. And that was that. But look, New York at the time, man, it was a black market.
I can't believe that that's the only black mayor in New York's history.
That is.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that is. And this was a crazy time in New York. And I wish Sergio was on for this. I mean, he's sitting here. Maybe we could pull him on. How much time we got?
We're at 50 minutes right now. We're still going to do the Patreon.
This was a time that, like, New York, the racial tension was crazy because this was, the Central Park rape happened, and that was like dominated New York media.
Should we just bring Sergio on and just make a super episode?
Yeah, well, he can come on and then he can come on again. Why don't you grab a mic and we'll have you again. We'll just wrap this up.
Yeah, just pull up a chair. Sergio Chacon, Puerto Rican freaking.
Yeah, I mean, Wall Street, Black Monday crash of 87. That hit the city hard. The New York faced government budget shortfalls of like $1 billion. So that's what Dinkins inherited. He inherited kind of like a shit show a little bit. Like it seems like Democrats always do. It's like Republicans get into office, but Koch was a Democrat too. So that's
Sergio. What do you know about Dinkins?
What I'm saying doesn't
Mayor
make any
Dinkins?
sense.
Yeah, I'm actually happy that you mentioned that.
Mr. Dinkins, would you please be my mayor? You remember that Tribe Called Quest?
Five Boogie said that.
Yeah, it was a big part of the milieu at the time. Like, people were really, black kids were really excited. Hip hop culture was really excited about Dinkins.
After Dinkins, who we had as a black mayor, Patterson, he was all fucked up, blind and shit.
No, he was the governor.
That was governor.
Oh,
the blind ass governor.
No matter which way you slice it, Sergio's a kid from the Lower East Side, and he just confused. He was
governors, mayors,
same
Same shit. It's all white man trying to hold you down, right, Serge?
That is true.
Yeah.
One thing I know is that the white man tries to hold me
Yo,
down.
the way you're wearing your headphones right now is dirt bag.
Like a DJ.
Yeah.
Yo, hey Bert.
But yeah, a lot of people don't know that Dinkins really set that shit up, and he was discredited. And like a lot of people blamed him for all the bullshit.
Exactly.
But do you remember New York in the 90s?
Yeah, absolutely. And I do remember my
OD'd?
mother put me onto that. Saying Dinkins wasn't bad. He put things in order, and Giuliani got like a lot of props for it. It was some bullshit.
It was some bullshit.
That's true. And you know what? He faced a lot of opposition, Dinkins. I mean, he was criticized from the left, from the right.
Howard Beach.
Black people, white people, like civil rights activist C. Vernon Mason called Dinkins a traitor. Alton Maddox called him an Ed Koch in blackface. Fernando Ferrer, who was a Democratic city councilman at the time, called him Maddinglingly slow. I'm fucking stupid. Maddinglingly slow. Madding.
Like Don Mattingly?
No, like being mad. Maddinglingly. I can't pronounce it.
Mattingly slow. I mean, that's
a hard word.
It's also what is that? That's why nobody knows who that fucking guy is. Stop using big words.
Yeah, stop it. Al
Sharpton
called him an Uncle Tom, which is fucking
there you go.
wild.
And that's why we know who Al Sharpton is.
So, and you know what it is? You want to know how Giuliani got elected when he won him? This is interesting. Like, because, Dinkins carried Brooklyn. He carried Manhattan. But Long Island and Staten Island, there was a referendum at the time which galvanized a lot of voters in Staten Island. They wanted to secede from New York, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
This was the time they wanted to secede, so a lot of them got registered and whatever, and that helped Giuliani because Staten Island went red for Giuliani. So votes in Staten Island and Long Island helped carry Giuliani's victory over Dinkins. Without that, he wouldn't have won.
That's funny. Staten Island tried to secede from New York.
They did try to secede from New York.
That's a 10 out of 10 funny thing to do.
Yeah, which is extremely funny. So during Dinkins' tenure, like Sergio just said, the murders went down from 2,245 in his first year to 1,946 his last year.
Wait, so 2,045 people got murdered in 1 year in New York City?
In his first year.
So
in
many
office.
people.
Yeah, and then his last year was down to 1946.
And now you said it's like 300 people a year, right?
Well, yeah, now we're down to like the 300s. And New York is the safest big city in America, which is crazy.
What changed then? What do you think it is?
I think the economy. I think the tech revolution helped. I think, the level of comfort for everyone just went up. I think things got so bad they had nowhere to go but good. I mean, me and Sergio were alive at the time with the racial tension, Tawana Brawley, Howard Beach, Yusuf Hawkins, Crown Heights riots, Bernard Getz. You remember Bernard?
Yeah, he shot the kids in the train station.
It was constant. New York was a fucking all the issues of America were happening in New York. New York was at the front of it because people are all living together.
Yeah, it was like the Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, all happened in New York, like the big news. I feel like we didn't hear about that anywhere else.
That's actually interesting to say that. It's like all the stuff that's happening in the rest of the country happened in New York.
Yeah, it was back to back.
25 years ago, 30 years ago.
I remember Yusuf Hawkins. That was a big thing, man.
That was a Central Park 5, right?
No, Yusuf Hawkins was killed in Howard Beach, right?
That was Howard Beach.
Oh, when he running across the street.
They chased him.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Central Park 5 is dirtbag. I still think about that and get goosebumps.
Yeah.
Of how those guys were tried and guilty, and they weren't guilty. They were all innocent.
All innocent.
Crazy.
Show me the evidence.
Yeah.
And there was another one.
No, I'm kidding. No, that Central 5 Park documentary is unbelievable.
It's
Those
really
guys
great.
Let's get them on the podcast.
There was another one, a bunch of white kids in Bensonhurst. They also did. There was two of them. There was one Yusuf Hawkins, and I can't.
Brutal. New York. See, I didn't grow up in that New York. I grew up I just missed it. I grew up. Everything was fine in my New York.
Well, you were there. You were just little.
I was too little to.
Right.
Yeah, it started to change in sort of the mid '90s is when it really started to change. But in the '80s, I mean,
actually the only thing I remember, the only real thing that I remember is I must have been 6 or 7 years old. My dad used to come from Staten Island to pick me up or hang out with me on Wednesdays and stuff. And he would bring my mom's child support money in cash. And one time, he came to pick me up, and he was like, my mom, my dad was all frazzled. He had a shirt untucked. He was like, listen, somebody tried to rob the child support money on the train, and I pushed this guy onto the train tracks. He's like, so,
wow.
I kind of just walked away from the whole thing, but I don't know, what, he's like, I'm here to, get Chris, but I should go back to the train tracks and see what happened. And my dad and my mom was like, well, we'll walk back there with you, and we walked back, the police caught the guy. I don't know if the guy died or something like that, but the police were there and were looking for whoever pushed this guy. And it was my dad. But he was just it was such a violent, turbulent time then that it was nothing ever happened.
Did they ever find the guy?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if the guy died, but he pushed my dad. Somebody tried to rob.
Now we know that your pop spent the money at a strip club. It was a big lie. Flash dances on Queens Boulevard. That's wild, man.
Wild.
Yeah, it was a wild time, man.
Yeah, see, I don't remember that at all.
And that's Dinkins' campaign on I'm going to heal the city.
But you think he didn't get reelected because of a race issue?
I really, truly believe the Crown Heights riots really marred him. But looking back now, I think, because I lived through it, my mom was up for a judgeship. My mom sat on the Human Rights Commission in New York City. She was appointed by Dinkins.
Right.
Because my mom and David Dinkins were really good friends. They went to law school together. I'm just telling Serge because he just walked in. The people know. But so she was gonna. He was gonna. If he won the election, he was gonna appoint, because the mayor appoints city judges. So he was gonna appoint my mother to city whatever Supreme Court.
Did you hear it? David Dinkins put his hand on Giannis's mom's leg in the car.
Trying to bang out my mom.
He's in denial.
Slide in there, Dinkins.
David Dinkins might be his pops.
It's possible.
Oh, he loves Air Max sneakers.
It's possible. But, I mean, looking back, you got to say, maybe it wasn't as bad as people think. Maybe it's more the stereotype that Dinkins era New York. He's kind of got a bad rap because New York was horrible before Dinkins. And it started to change, like Serge said, during Dinkins' era. So it is what it is. I think it was the way that fucking, I mean, that was a brutal riot and he got criticized from all sides. And, New York, it was just, I think some of it was just natural. Things got so bad that it didn't matter who mayor was. They kind of just worked themselves out. And Giuliani happened to be mayor as things were working themselves out. But also you look back, like you said, Giuliani was a tough mayor. New York's a tough city. Like Frank Rizzo, Giuliani and Frank Rizzo of Philadelphia, kind of, you can see some similarities, kind of, bending the rules a little bit. Your ends justify the means, tough on crime in a way that they themselves sometimes use questionable tactics. But, a lot of economic things that revitalize the city. But I didn't even know that Dinkins was the one that started the 42nd Street Renaissance.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Giuliani gets crazy credit for that.
Gets crazy credit
When you
for
think of Giuliani, like cleaning up the city, and he also got like a lot of props because of 9/11 or how he handled that. That's the one thing. Like I didn't like Giuliani, but the way he showcased his leadership during 9/11, I believed him. I was like, yo, this is like our leader. We gotta look at this dude.
Giuliani.
I never liked him.
I feel like he was like immortalized with 9/11, but now he's back to being like the hateable
He's
guy.
like fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
Well, his popularity was real high. I think after his first term, it was up to like 62% Giuliani.
Yeah. Like he could have become president. Like that's like
if
was
he would have rode
nationally
that
known.
wave.
Yeah.
Then it dipped down, really unfavorable. Then 9/11, it came back up. But it's worth noting the specifics of it. Giuliani takes credit for reducing crime, like we all know, and everyone thinks of it that way. But Dinkins hired 5,000 new cops with a $3 billion budget gap. So he was able to make it happen, inheriting a city that had a huge deficit.
Got it.
So he did some fucking great things. He really did, man.
Was Giuliani the first mayor to propose like a quota for cops? They had to do X amount of arrests a month.
Yep.
That's dirtbag shit. So
dirtbag
people are
shit.
getting arrested for like minor offenses. And it's like, oh, you look at it on paper and it's like, oh yeah, look at all the arrests we're making against these criminals. They're not really criminals. They're urinating in public.
Yeah, now you gotta go to jail for that shit.
But people see numbers and people like numbers. They're like, oh, look, all the arrests, we're cleaning up the city,
Yeah.
So
that's dirtbag.
It's dirtbag.
Yeah.
Like right now, cops, you can hop a turnstile in front of them, roll up a blunt in front of them.
You're not gonna get arrested.
No, it's all good.
You ever got arrested?
2 times over
Yeah.
in one day.
You
Every
got
day,
arrested
every
in
day.
twice in one day?
No, but I've been arrested many times over bullshit. Hopping a turnstile, bar brawls, drinking 40 ounces of premium malt liquor, which, by the way, guys, I know this is the tail end of the show, but I come with gifts.
Yo.
Right? I come with a couple of smoothies for these cuties.
Yeah.
There we go. But yo, these smoothies are from Bodega on 5th Street. Like, they might have some cat hair in it.
Give him the ISIS
Let me
then.
see,
He's
let me
from
see, let me
Queens.
see. Thank
You
you,
just had
brothers.
one, right?
Yeah.
You really clean out your
I want another one.
asshole.
Yeah, I would have cleaned it out.
You got to put that witch hazel to use.
This guy got that
They got
berry.
pineapple, blueberries, which is a great antioxidant. Oh, and also pineapple, great for inflammation. So
And it
we
makes
got
you cum smell good.
Yeah, I like the way my pee smells after eating asparagus. You ever
Yeah,
have
it's
that?
disgusting. Yeah, baby.
Hey, and I got straws, plastic ones. Fuck the environment, Pa.
Yo, fuck it, Bob. Thank you, babe.
Babe. I love when you say babe.
Babe, that's a
You don't want it,
dirtbag
right, you
shit
said?
to say to another dude.
It is.
Do you
It's
want-
so
you don't
weird
want it,
when he
right?
says
Giannis,
it.
you said?
No, I want my smoothie.
Oh, okay. Give it.
Wait, no, you want it, Zach?
Yo, Hyenas, you gave it to him, and now you're taking it
Oh, no,
back.
if you want it. No, I don't want it.
Oh, yeah.
I had one. Zach, if you want it, you want it?
No.
Do you want it though?
Here we go.
No.
You don't want it, then I'll drink it. Yeah, I'll give it to Chrissy. If you don't
Once
want
I
it,
said
I'll
there might be a cat hair in it, Hyenas act like he was too
Yo.
good. Like he's not from the old New York.
yeah,
Yo,
'cause
Bodega cat hair, Pop.
yeah.
All right.
So let's read some new Patreon members.
Well, we're late. We're really late now, though. It's already 3:45.
We got to bang out the Patrons real quick.
I mean, we may have to do. No, I'm saying we may have to do them on the next episode.
Okay.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
okay.
Because-
Peace out, everybody. We love you very much.
Yeah.
I'll be at Governor's, Levittown, Long Island, April 5th and 6th. Come check that out. And then Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Fucking Google it.
Yeah, absolutely. ChristyComedy.com for all my dates. I got a lot of dates coming up. San Antonio and then Norwalk, Connecticut, Laugh Boston, Portland, Maine. Just go to ChristyComedy.com. Everything's up there. We will read all the newest members of the Patreon on next week's episode. We promise you it's going to be fucking Patreon epic. It's going to be dope. Go to patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys. The newest members of the Patreon will be read out loud, but I'm sorry. I fucking have clogged ears. I came in late today to the podcast. My Instagram, I'm locked out of my Instagram, so I'm just having a fucking day. I got to go suck a dick.
Or you're going to listen to this and there will be Patreons read because we will do it later and then we'll edit it in. So yeah.
Off the podcast.
Okay, forget it.